All right. Good morning, Evelyn. How are you today?
Doing good, doing good.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me and allowing me to record this portion of the interview. I see that you have a lot of experience. So it looks like, oh goodness, definitely more than 15 years. Would you say about 20 years experience in accounting?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
For 10 years, 15 years of that is on my own business, and then
Hmm.
5 years in a private and public accounting. That I
Okay.
do the 360 degrees, meaning bookkeeping, reconciliation, payroll, sales tax. And I also work 4 years with HR Black for tax preparation.
Okay, wonderful. And then most recently, okay, so most recently was that the H&R Block?
Yes, but this year I didn't join with them because for Genesis Accounting, I'm doing the tax for her and it's a conflict of interest.
I understand completely. Okay, so at this point in time, are you available to go back to work full time in an office?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And I see that you did, oh my goodness, yes, lots of experience here. You've done some admin work as well. What type of software have you worked with?
Well, I'm a QuickBook Pro advisor online, and then I use Google works and then Microsoft Workspace. So those two, so all the extensions that they have, like the Word, Excel, all of those.
Okay. And then when you were doing the bookkeeping, not the tax part of it, but you were doing bookkeeping, can you walk me through what a day looked like for you, the type of work that you were actually doing?
For bookkeeping, it depends if the account, meaning the bank account or the credit card is already linked to QuickBook. I just need to check the category and then accept it. And then at the end of the month, I just need to reconcile. Now, if it is not linked to the bank, that's the needed data entry. So, yeah, that's the long process, but that some clients doesn't want to link their bank to QuickBook. And then also, well, I do also payroll. So, and sales tax. So it depends on the day of the month or so those if there's no payroll sales tax, then I do the bookkeeping. So it's just being on schedule.
Okay, perfect. And then so that was doing other people's books for like if you were working for an office and you were the bookkeeper, you had
Yes.
clients that you were doing their books. Have you ever worked for a company where you were doing specifically that company's books that you worked
Yes.
for, let's say ABC company and
Yes.
you worked for them and you did that? And where was that?
I have two companies, which is Michelle Modeling Agency and Cooper Automotive, that I handle their
Mhm.
book just for them.
Okay, perfect. All right. And you have your degree in accounting.
Mhm.
Let's see here. And we've got QuickBooks, TaxBooks. I'm just doing a little bit of an oversight here, or overview, I should say. Okay, so you have AP, AR, reporting, let's see, and tax experience. Okay. Can you tell me about a time, obviously, in most all of your positions, that you needed to be very detail oriented? But can you tell me maybe about a project that you possibly worked on that you had to prove very meticulous skills?
Yes, I think when you do the bookkeeping and then at the end of the month or end of the year, we need the reporting. That's the basis for a tax return, and it needs to be concise or perfect. Because I do the tax preparation, and if there's something wrong, that the company will be audited. So I feel like I didn't do a good job. if the company will be audited because I didn't do good reporting. Second, anything that I report, I need to have a backup hard copy because that's always the proof.
Okay, perfect. Let's see here. I'm just reading through your resume a little bit more. So do you feel like you did more APAR? I'm trying to see because you have it listed for both on your resume.
Yes, for Cooper Automotive, I do the APAR.
Okay. And how do you ensure the accuracy when you're processing invoices and expenses?
Usually, for processing in payments, there's already they gave us invoice because we always documentation, and
Hmm.
then if the invoice, we will just do the payments on that either through check or online payment. Now for payables, there's some companies that they have a site that we need to register um there on how much. It's like a vendor site.
Hmm.
For Cooper, that's how he do it. So we will just be encoding what they owe us, and then we will just wait for the payment ACH. And then if we pay early, we have a discount, something like that.
Okay. How do you stay up to date with all of the like changes and tax regulations and compliance?
Um, for that, for related to tax, imagine I study every year because before I can file a return for a person, I need to renew my PTIN, Preparer's Tax Identification Number with IRS. So with
Hmm.
IRS, we have an 18 hours of study, plus I need to pass their test every year. So we have a study and test every year for me to file a tax. So I'm really updated every year.
I'm sure. All right. And then lastly, can you tell me about your familiarity with the accounting principles and how that would relate back to an AP position?
Yes, for accounting principle, we just need to be, aside from concise, detailed. As a tax preparer, I always want to have a backup documents. So everything I put to the numbers, there should always be a backup. And then you don't need a hard copy. You just need to have a storage remotely now.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Well,
Because
thank you so much. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I don't want to company to be audited because I've been audited. So I learned my lesson to protect the
Yes.
company.
Of course, of course. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview. I've been taking some notes. I'm going to build a profile for you, and then we can start marketing you to our clients. I have a few clients that I'm working with
Mhm.
that are looking for your exact skill set. So I'm very confident that we can find a position for you. But
Oh,
don't go anywhere. I
good.
got a few more things to talk about.